All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call I'm La, Alahainawa, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Harakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and a hearty shalom to the elect. All right, if you're paying attention to things in the world, you see that uh, riot, or I'm not going to say riots, differences between Esau and Jacob, all right, are coming out into the open in the world. Esau is showing his hate for you so-called Negro Latinos and Native American Indians uh, through social media by calling you a byword and a proverb, okay? And the scripture said that we would be called that, okay? Because we're not niggers. A nigger is somebody that's stingy, okay? All right. But the scriptures did say that we be called bywords and proverbs. All right, let me get that. This is in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37. It says here, I'm starting at 36. Yahweh shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which thou nor thy fathers have known, and thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations where Yahweh shall lead thee. So these nations are calling us out of our name, calling us everything but a Hebrew Israelite, all right? Calling us black, calling us nigger, blah, 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 whatever the case may be, and especially Esau, okay? Then I seen this one video of this Chinese lady calling some Jake individuals niggers, all right? But with the times that we coming into, especially with the back and forth between Jacob and Esau, race wars could come about from that, okay? And that could lead into Jacob's trouble, okay? Let me get that precept right quick. There's a lot of stuff floating around on social media where Esau is, hey, fuck y'all. That's what he's on, all right? This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right? The elect man is going to be delivered, okay, out of Jacob's trouble, all right? But we have to trust in the Lord, all right? Because there's going to be a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline that I keep seeing and hearing on social media where these Edomites, they have this training campground where they're training other Edomites to prepare for war, man. Okay, and then you had that one Edomite lady that was blatantly racist on I don't remember whose newscasting show it was on, but it was her, a black dude, that guy from Fresh and Fit, I think it was another white woman, and whoever maybe it was like Pierce Brosnan or something, whoever that newscaster is, right? Blatantly telling you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians that she hates you, okay? All right? And there are individuals that will back her up and have backed up, women hating, black people. There's been that instance where this little kid was called a nigger, and if you look, and the woman, she got this GoFundMe, and this GoFundMe was funded like maybe she's probably more than $1 million right now. But my point in saying that is a brother, he had looked into her money that she was receiving, and some of the money that she was receiving, there was a secret code for something, for white supremacy. 1488, there were deposits of that amount of money coming into her GoFundMe, and they were all just, and behind it was just racist remarks, So Esau has been, has always showed you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians that he has hated you, all right? But now it should become more evident and plain to you people, okay, that the Lord has this spirit on you, on this damn devil, to hate you, okay? And you can read Genesis 27 and 41, where it started right there, where Esau was like, hey, the days of mourning for my father at hand, and I will slay my brother Jacob, okay? Let me get this Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. It says, trust in Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths, okay? So we need to be trusting in the Lord right now and from this point on till forever, okay? Because guess what? Uh, plagues and pestilence is coming. Death and destruction is coming. War is coming. Race war is coming. Famine is coming. All right. There's a lot of things coming down the pipeline. Okay. And with those things coming down the pipeline, all right, we have a power that is in control of all of that. Okay. This is in the book of Matthew. It's the Lord Yahushua. All right. This is Matthew chapter 28 and verse 18. It says, and Yahushua spake and saying, and came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. So that means the Lord Yahushua has all the authority. Okay. And if the Lord wants something to happen, it's either going to happen or it's not going to happen, because it's the Lord's will. All right. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua's will. All right. As soon as this thing is done loading, I gotta close it and open it back up. All right. So if we know and understand that all authority and or power is in the hands of our power, all right, we should not be afraid, second guess, doubt, or do anything contrary to having faith in the Lord. All right. And the word for power, all right, in the Greek is G1848, and it's
Strong's G 1849, exousia.
Salakia, I said 1848 is 1849. Okay. It says here, power of choice, liberty of doing things as one pleases. So the Lord has the ability to do it what he pleases. Okay. It says here, the power of authority, influence, and of right or privilege. So the Lord has the power to influence things. Okay. And that's going to segue into my point. All right. About trusting in the Lord, because there are instances in the Bible where the Lord's influence over elements and animals, all right, have deemed beneficial to you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians, especially in the sense of where you were persecuted for trusting and believing in the Lord. Okay, all right, the Lord has set favor in regards to those individuals that worshipped him, and despite of possibly death or being ostracized. Okay. And I'm gonna get those two instances. All right. And they both in the book of Daniel. All right. But before I get there, let me get this in 1 Corinthians. All right. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 1. The point is at 5. Okay. It says, and brethren, when I came to you, came not with Salakia, and I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of Yahweh. For I determined not to know anything among you save Yahweh Shai Mashiach crucified. And let me turn on this AC. And I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of men's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power. All right. When we go out here to speak, it's all through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Nothing that we've done, nothing that we've put together, because everything is predestinated from the Lord. All right. Verse 5 is the point. It says that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of Yahweh. So we need to trust in the power of the Lord, man, because the power of the Lord is going to be the thing that's going to deliver us. It's going to be the Lord ultimately, but the ability, okay, of the Lord, okay? Let me get this word power here. All right, because it's not the same word. Here in the Greek is G1411, okay?
Strong's G 1411, dunamis.
So we need to trust in the power of the Lord, okay? And the word here is dunamis, okay? All right, it's dunamis. All right. It says here, strength, power, ability. All right, power for performing miracles. Okay. All right, and the word ability, I'm just gonna look it up. The word ability. Let me just do it in the blue. dictionary at, man? Thought I had the dictionary in here. I do. Here we go. All right, it's in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. All right, it says the quality or state of being able. All right, competence to do something. That's not really a good definition. Okay, especially physical, mental, or legal power to do something. The Lord has all power to do anything, okay? All right, it's the Lord that created the heavens and the earth that we see, you know? The scriptures say that nothing is too hard for the Lord, man, all right? I know it's in Jeremiah, I just can't remember where. Let me find it, okay? Because we're going to have to trust in the Lord, all right? And there's going to be circumstances where, you know, it's going to look like we have no hope, all right? But when we're in these circumstances where it looks like we have no hope, we do have hope. The hope is in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, okay? All right, this is Jeremiah 32:17. It says, Ah, Yahweh power, behold, thou hast made the heavens and the earth by thy great power and stretched out arm. Let's look at that word power there too. And the word power in the Hebrew is
Strong's H3581. Koach.
Koha, all right? Koha, Salaki, and it's H3581, Koha. All right, and it says strength, power, might, okay? Power of Yahweh, all right? And the power of the Lord is unimaginable, man, all right? The power of the Lord created the heavens and the earth, man, the things that you see and you don't see, all right? But let me go to Daniel, the book of Daniel, all right? This is the book of Daniel, chapter 6, and I'm going to start at 10. Now, when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his window being open in his chamber toward Jerusalem, he kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his power as he did aforetime. All right? Dang it. All right, let me go back. Salakia. Verse 11, it says, Then these men assembled and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his power. So we may be in a situation, all right, well, we are in a situation, all right? We've been worshiping and doing our best to serve the Lord, and the world doesn't like that, okay? And there's people that know who you are personally, all right? And they know what it is that you do, and those individuals could be people that turn against you, but what you need to do is trust in the Lord, okay? Like I was saying earlier, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and Daniel, all right, they were persecuted for doing what was right in the eyes of the Lord, right? And we're going to suffer that same fate, okay? But just like the Lord delivered them and they trusted in the power of the Lord, we need to do the same thing. Trust in the power of the Lord, the ability of the Lord. The Lord has so much ability that he put a strong delusion on this damn devil to think that this devil is in charge when the Lord is the one that's really in charge, okay? You got to believe that the Lord is in charge no matter what you hear, say, or see, okay? No matter what you hear, no matter what you see or what's said to you, that's basically hearing too, all right? But anyway, it says here, verse 12, it says, then they came near and spake before the king concerning the king's decree. Hast thou not signed a decree that every man that shall ask a petition of any power or within 30 days, save thee, O king, shall be cast into the lion's den? The king answered and said, This thing is true according to the law of Moses and the Persians, which altereth not. All right, so then they told on Daniel, right? But I just want to get straight to the point. All right, this is it. It says, this is not the exact point, but this is getting to it. All right, this is Daniel 6:16. Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the lion's den. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, Thy power whom thou servist continually, he will deliver thee. That's what we got to believe, especially if you're serving the Lord, man. No matter what situation you get thrown in, the ability of the Lord, the power of the Lord, all right, the power of our power, the ability, the strength of our power is what we need to trust in while trusting him, okay? Because he's able to do everything, all right? It says, and a stone, verse 17, and a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet and with the signet of his lords, that the purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting. Neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. The king arose very early in the morning and went in haste into the den of lions. And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living power, is thy power, whom thy servants continually able to deliver thee from these lions? Then Daniel said unto the king, O king, live forever. My power hath sent his angel, and hath shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me. For as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, I have done no hurt. So that's how it's going to be for the elect. That Daniel, as you see here, Daniel was innocent, man. The blood of the Lord is going to be upon the elect, so they're going to be innocent in the eyes of the Lord, man. Okay, the blood of Yahweh is going to be on the blood of the elect to cover them for their transgression, so they're going to be seen innocent in the eyes of the Lord, and the Lord's going to deliver them as Daniel was delivered in this instance. Okay, so when we go into Jacob's trouble and you going through your problems and trials and tribulations in life right now, know that the power of the Lord, he has the ability to deliver you, man. Okay. You can read about it again in the Apocrypha, where Daniel was thrown into another lion's den, and the Lord had Habakkuk bring him some food. Okay. The Lord sent the angel, grabbed Habakkuk by by his crown of his head, and poofed him over there in Babylon. Okay. And he fed Daniel, man. So the Lord's gonna be performing all kinds of miracles for us in the time of trouble and the time of deliverance, and the time and all these times that I'm sitting here saying deliverance, mercy, trouble is all for us to, be tried as gold in the fire. All right, because that's how it's going to be. It's going to be a testing, a melting of that dross that's on us. Okay. All right. Let me get this in Daniel 3 right quick. Be up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I gotta be at work. Shit, man. All right, this is Daniel chapter 3. This is Daniel chapter 3 and verse 12. It says, I'm just going straight to the point. It's not the point, but it's close to it. It says, there are certain Jews whom thou hast set over affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So again, another instance of not conforming to the world. Okay. And when you don't conform to the world, you become you get ostracized, you get picked on, you get told on, you get persecuted. Okay. And that's what's going to happen. They persecuted the Lord because the Lord wasn't with the world. So the same thing is going to happen to the Lord's elect. All right, they're going to get persecuted. All right. Verse 14, it says, Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do ye not serve my power, my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Then it goes into the music part. All right, verse 16, it says, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this manner. If it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us out of the Salakia, from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. And that's the mindset that you got to be in. All right, because you could be brought before the courts and magistrate. That's what the Lord says is going to happen, for a testimony for him, of him, before these people that's in these power seats, right? You got to have the same mindset. You know, it doesn't matter what they say, or it doesn't matter what they're going to do. All right. Again, we know the Lord is in control. All right. It doesn't matter what they say they're going to do. What matters is that you stand stiffly for the Lord. All right. And regardless of what they say. Okay. And these are examples right here. Verse 20, it says here, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army, bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. That's persecution for worshiping and serving the Lord and not serving and worshiping the gods of this world. That's gonna happen, okay? It's gonna happen in some way, shape, or form. It could happen to your kids because you don't want to do it. It could happen to your wife because you don't want to do it. It could happen to you because you don't want to do it, okay? But no matter what the situation is, trust in the Lord, man, okay? Because the Lord could put your kids to death, all right, and then bring them back in that same breath, you know? Or the Lord could have your kids go through something, or your wife go through something, or you go through something, and you know the Lord could numb the pain. You know, anything is possible. All right. What it says here, these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So the Lord could be like, hey, those ones that's going to persecute you, I'm going to judge them right quick and then come deliver you. All right? Because that's what happened. And these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar, dang it. Then, let me scroll down. God dang it. Then, verse 24, it says, then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound in the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see. The dang phone is so touch sensitive. He said, lo, he answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the fourth is like the son of power. All right, and his name is Yahushai. All right. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High Power, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth out of the midst of the fire. That, hey, listen, miracles like that is going to happen on your behalf, on my behalf, okay? On behalf of those that truly believe in the Lord. So persecution is going to come down the pipeline. All right, you should already know that, okay? But your power is going to also come behind that persecution and make a way for you to deal with it. 1 Corinthians 10:13, the Lord ain't going to put nothing on you that you can't handle, okay? But trust in the Lord, man. The Lord has got things lined up for us to see and witness and be a testimony to, be attested toward to, when these things happen, you know. All right, hey, we're going to testify to these people like, hey, when we go through our form of persecution, the Lord's going to put the spirit on us to speak, like it says in Luke 19. But you know, just speaking as a man, the Lord's going to put the spirit on us to say, hey, you know, the Lord did this great thing for me, or he's going to put the spirit on you to think of this. Hey, the Lord did this great thing for me. The Lord can do something else even greater for me to deliver me out of this time of trouble. But just trust in the Lord. That's the whole point of this lesson. Trust in Yahweh Shema Shai, no matter what you hear, see, or think, okay? Don't doubt. Faith is what we have, and we need to have faith and confidence in the full extent of our power. Lord will use edified to the next time. Shalom.